Hey, so I might have just created one of the most powerfulest katana and samurai builds within Cyberpunk 2077. What's great about this is if you do not have the DLC, you can definitely create this. But also, if you're wondering about the difficulty, it's on normal. It's not on very hard, although this should do just fine on the hardest difficulty. Now, one of the best things about these builds is it's completely optional. If you do not want to use the sword that I'm using right here, you can switch it up and use one of Wakako's that you earn at the end of her gig. It's completely up to you and what you want to do, but I highly recommend this thermal blade that you can pick up, and I will show you how to get it. But first and foremost, we need to talk about the cyberware, we need to talk about the skill tree, and all the good stuff. We might as well talk about the weapons first. What I have in my hand here is Irata, and I'm going to show you how to pick that up. The second one is going to be a Gao. This can be found within the DLC. I do not want to ruin it too much there. And then the third one is definitely another weapon that can be found within the DLC. And for this, you do need to choose Reed as your final option when it comes down to it, so that you can defeat the boss and pick this bad boy up. If you cannot tell already, yes, this is also a throwing knife build as well with the katana, so it's just really great combo. If we go over towards the cyberware here, I have a Militech Apogee Sandy. This is something that a lot of people are using because it's one of the best. We have the Kuroshi Optics here, which does give us a 35% crit chance. This is a must because when we throw our knives or even use our blade, we're going to benefit from that. We also have the Handle Wrap, which is going to give us a 20% crit chance with throwable weapons. Not only that, there's also the bonus stealth damage, melee damage resistance, and melee damage. Continuing on towards circulatory system, we have micro rotors, which is going to give us a crit chance, also melee attack speed, and on top of that, we have melee damage increased. Then for adrenaline boosters, we have, of course, the crit chance because of the reflex attune, 25% stamina whenever we use our melee, and there's also those additional damage buffs. Then we have heal on kills so that we, of course, can gather some health when we do take out an enemy. That's just great for survivability. This right here, the Leroy Ligaments system, aka Leroy Jenkins. This thing is pretty solid. It's a melee damage buff, and it also gives you some other things such as recharge speed. Then for Mechatronic Core, this thing is awesome. We are going to be able to inflict more damage against drones, robots, mechs, and turrets. Then we're going to go over towards a Newton model, which gives us a bonus stealth damage, melee damage, and aim speed, because I believe when you're throwing a blade that does count as aiming. Then for Skeleton, we have Universal Booster, which is going to boost up armor. Same thing for Dense Marrow. There, of course, is the 27% melee damage. And then for Titanium Bones, again, just some extra damage right there for a melee. For Deep Field Visual Interference, this thing is awesome because we get a crit chance increase the further that we are. And on top of that, there's some extra benefits there. We, of course, are going to use this as well. It's must. And then Stabber is going to give us more crit chances with blades and throwable weapons, and it's a reflex attune. Then for the Integumentary system, we have Carapace, which is going to give us 20% armor effectiveness. We have Proxy Shield, which minuses 20% of that incoming damage. Then, last but not least, we have Optical Camo to just give us something to mess with. I think it was really awesome to use this, especially with a throwable blade, and on top of that, using a katana. But feel free to mix this up if you do not want to use camo. It's completely up to you. Then for character, we're going to mess with body here for a second because we've got 18 towards the body. And we're just going to grab most of these on the bottom for health regeneration. On top, we have Overkill. This is going to help with max health, health regeneration bonus. And on top of that, we're going to be able to just stay alive and not get knocked down. Then towards reflexes, we are going to start off on the bottom here because we need to increase our speed and movement and all that stuff. Then go towards the mid to the top to increase your dash, stamina, recovery time, and all that good stuff. Then towards the right, this is all for blades, so really nothing much to mention here. And then we have flash and thunderclap for both because this is just going to be great so that we can obviously lunge towards enemies. Then for technical ability, the left side, we're going to choose 1 out of 3 for the top one because we do not need it to be maxed out. Although in the middle, I do recommend this so that we can obviously use more cyberware. This is also going to help with survival so that we can stay alive and just inflict more damage. Then what we can do is go all the way towards the top and claim everything here, including the extended warranty. As for the left two options, I do not need them because I do not need the extra hand, cyberware, or any of the other stuff. We're going to talk about cool quickly here because this is pretty simple. It's just throwing your blades around and gaining some mitigation as well as some extra damage, so nothing too complicated there. Intelligence is going to be zilch, and then for the relic, we just want the bottom section here. If you're a completionist, then you probably have all of these maxed out, and if so, cool for you, because I don't. I need to get to it. I had to start an alternative save so I can try a different ending, and it just overall, I think this build is going to be a fun one for you guys to mess with, and let me know what you think about it down below. Moving on, last but not least, we have to talk about the weapons and how to pick them up. We know that a Gao can be picked up through the gig. The Katana can be picked up over here towards Republic East. And as for the last weapon, which is Feng, that can be acquired at the end when you choose Reed as the option. For example, we're going to talk about the Katana because that's the easiest way to show you how to pick this up. We head over here towards Electric Corporation, locate number 6 on the building. Then towards the back right, you want to locate 0, Sector 0. Go down below and then open up the door, and then towards your left you should see Sector 1. What we need to do is open up that door. Trust me, there's a few doors that we're going to be opening up here. So go through, go all the way up, take a left, you should see the camera, do not worry, open that sucker up with your technical ability, continue onwards here, and then take another left. From there we're going to take a right, continue all the way down here, take a right, another right, then forward, and what you should see is a door. You cannot go through this door, so you will need to take a left, open up the door with technical ability, go all the way down, take a right, and you should see the furnace. Go inside, and the weapon's right there, easy to pick up, and definitely try it out. Hope that you guys have enjoyed this preview and the build in general. I think to use this, it's pretty simple. I don't know if I really need to explain how to use it. Yet regardless, I will do this anyways, because mainly we're going to be using our throwable blades to increase the crit chance, because when you do throw one, it does increase the next one because of the skills. And on top of that, I think there's a cyberware that I have that's going to increase that damage as well. And then on top of this, we do have Adrenaline Rush, so when you do use one of your consumables, aka your med kit there, you're going to be able to then to have a yellow bar at the top left. This is going to increase your damage and also increase some damage resistance. We also have optical camo, so if you do want to approach this in a stealth way, you definitely can do this. Or you can just go right in, guns blazing, or more so, swords blazing, and just start slicing up, dicing up, and turning them into some human meat. I think this build is, again, just phenomenal. I think it's probably the reason why I think that is because I made it, so part of it is probably that. But on top of that, I was able to take out the max tack fairly easy. And so with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, comment down below. As always, I will try to respond within the first hour or two. And if you have any questions about the previous glitches, feel free to comment down below. I don't care. I'll try to answer them. I appreciate all the love and support. It means a lot to me, and I'll see you all on the next video.